So, if you've been following the channel, you know about a month and a half ago, I believe it was. It might have been a month ago. I picked up the LG Wing. Yup. It's been my daily driver ever since I picked it up. And to be honest, don't really want to go back to any other device at this moment in time. I love this device. I really do. When I saw LTT also picked up this device and is daily driving it because of Reddit, I thought, wow, he'll probably give a lot of positive looks at this device. And one thing he failed to give, and I will kind of go through all his criticisms, okay, is that, ironically enough, when I'm trying to unlock it right here with my fingerprint, one of the criticisms he does give is actually very true, is the fingerprint reader on this thing sucks. It is trash. You had to put your finger on the exact area perfectly, and if it's not perfect, then it's going to be instantly a problem every single time. Yeah, it's not the best fingerprint reader. But the one thing he fails to talk about in this video is this feature right here. Hang on. Let me show you. You see this? Oh, we'll hold up. Yes! He does not show the front-facing camera. There is a front-facing camera, guys. It's right here. He doesn't talk about it in this video. Now, he talks about the cameras and how the backup cameras are not the greatest. And, again, no, they're not. And how I look at this, right, is this phone, for what it is, if you take it for what it is, it's an amazing phone. But if you are used to having iPhone 15 Pro Maxes, I don't have any phone right next to me right now. The Galaxy Z Fold 5, the Google Pixel Fold, all these other phones. Compared to this phone, they're a lot better. But once you start using this phone, it's a little bit of the, how do I put it? It's a little bit of the enjoyment you get from just using it, like a normal cell phone. And it has a beautiful, gigantic display, okay? Yes, it does have the swivel mode. And as he says, yes, the software is not perfect, and the software definitely is a problem when it comes to how many apps are actually usable on this second display. And he also points out YouTube, for example, when you are going ahead and using YouTube. Okay, Bro, thank you. Fingerprint reader is a struggle bus. But he talks about when you're using YouTube like this, right? And you go into a video. Let's say I go into, also, he is not wrong that the buttons right here are very hard to get to when you have it in swivel mode. But let's go ahead and open up, I don't know, this guy's video, okay? Let me go ahead and pause it. When it's in this mode, it's actually really perfect. But he does mention when you get out of this mode, right, when you get out of this video, oh, no, you can still have it perfectly fine. Go into another video, right? Not a really big deal. Again, the only problem becomes when you swipe down, which then takes you into vertical mode, and then you have to go horizontal mode again, and then it's a glitch, and it messes up, and it's all freaky, problems. Now, you fix that issue by just clicking the down arrow on the left-hand side here, and now it works perfectly fine. So it's things you have to get used to, I will agree, but it's not a bad phone, even in the YouTube app, because of that said reason. You just have to learn, click on the down arrow, and you'll be fine. If you swipe and you swipe gestures, yeah, YouTube app is not optimized for this phone. So that is definitely one of the things I think he pointed out a lot, and I don't really agree with. Yes, you have to learn how to use this phone correctly, but it's not that this phone is a problem because of that. Well, yes, it's not perfect. Listen, tell me where else you're going to get a swivel display like this. Now, I will agree, I do use the outside display or the main display a lot more than the swivel display, but I think that's really the purpose, right? I don't think LG made this phone thinking that everybody and their mother was going to use this swivel display every single 10 seconds. He does mention how he got a new phone, but yet his phone actually swivels to the left and right. Like, it actually doesn't just go this way, it goes this way. I've used this phone for a month, daily driver every single day. Never goes left or right. Never goes right. It just goes the way it's supposed to go. And I've used this phone for a month, and this is a renewed phone. It's not brand new. He does talk about how his brand new phone obviously does go ahead and swivel back and forth. Mine doesn't, and is renewed. So I'm not sure if when they renewed this by Amazon, by the way, this was from Amazon, if they fixed the swivel motor or whatever. But if his is brand new, it might just be a defect of the product he got. This might not be a problem with the LG Ring in general. Might just be his phone has problems with that. Mine does not. And I've owned this for a month. And I promise you I use this every single day. Like every time I go out and do anything, this phone, you guys saw my video, my short, right? I have this mounted in my car. If it's mounted in my car going through all the bumps and stuff, wouldn't the swivel be a problem? It would be. Like the swivel thing would break. This swivel is actually very, very, durable. And I think it does a really good job. But again, like he said, some of the criticism he pointed out, yes, fingerprint reader, it sucks. It's trash. Battery life, I don't think he really points that out in this video as much. But I will say the battery life isn't really the greatest. It's definitely a problem. The software, yeah, I will admit, the swivel display, there's not much you could put on here. I selected all the applications I could, and it still doesn't even show up all the applications I selected. Mainly, gaming is actually really fun on here because you could have like a little small map here and a gaming on the top display. But again, like I said, for the most part, is it perfect? No. I do really like the camera feature here of using the Joy-Con. Well, not the Joy-Con, but using the gimbal mode. I think that's a really cool feature. And again, there are really dope features that you get out of this phone that you don't get in other phones. And as long as you learn how to use it and you accept its downfalls, where it's not a 2023 phone, it's a little bit older, there's not much problems. It comes with Android 13. You get the latest and greatest software, right? You're going to get all the features you love. I will say something he does not mention, and I don't know if he ever tried this, but using different launchers, like Launcher 10, Square Launcher, do not use it with this phone. They do not like to work with this phone. When you use Square Launcher or any launcher, it will glitch out the phone, glitch out the display, it will glitch out everything. It does not like using launchers. You have to use the default launcher, and if you use anything else, you're going to have problems. My personal experience, maybe everyone's different, mine does not like launchers. And again, he does talk about how yes, it does have that ability to, and I showed you guys this in a previous video. Okay, unlock, please. Thank you. He does talk about in another video, when you are on this display, you can actually scroll down, right? And you have this option for mouse and keyboard, right? And you can see I can actually move around my mouse, and I can do that kind of stuff down here, which I think is a really cool idea. He does talk about how, you can't, like sometimes the keyboard will be on the top and not the bottom, and that's annoying, and you can't really see your stuff. Now, you can actually fix that. I don't know why he doesn't fix it in this video, but if I swivel like this, right, and let me pull up a, hang on. All right, so let me go into YouTube, for example, right? YouTube, and I go to search, okay? Oh, it pulled up on the bottom. You know why? You know how you fix that, by the way? You can scroll down. And it says right there, if you see the very, I don't know if it's going to show my camera. This webcam's kind of trash. But, there we go. All right, if you see it, let me click on a thing here, okay? It's right here. This little button right here, it lets you be able to push the keyboard up to the top of the screen, right? Now, how do you get it back to the bottom of the screen, right? Because now I'm in the same spot he's in. Well, how you fix this, and what he's complaining about here, is you scroll down, right? Oh, hang on. Let's see if I can. Actually, I think I might have to do it up here. Yeah, I'm going to have to do it up here. So, you scroll down, and then you push it to the bottom of the screen. So, let me see where the feature is here. Was it here? Hang on. 1 second, guys. Okay. Let me try that again. So I'll bring up the keyboard. Oh, here we go. So, okay, it didn't pop up for a second, but you see on the keyboard right there how it shows you. And again, it doesn't always pop up. The software is not perfect. I will admit that, right? But you can see right there where on his it's not popping up. And on mine, it wasn't popping up for a second either. So if I want to go ahead and bring it to the bottom, I click on this again. And now you, if you look at my phone, right, you see that little bottom on the right-hand side, that little, the little keyboard thing? You click on that and it pulls it up on the bottom. That's all you have to do. You might have to pull up the keyboard twice like I did, but all you have to do is literally just click on that button and it pushes down to the bottom. And if you ever want to put an application from the bottom to the top, all you have to do here, unlock the phone, is go ahead and scroll down. And right here, it actually has a little button right where my this finger is right here, you guys can see, it lets you be able to push up or down on different applications to the top screen or bottom screen. There's ways to fix what he's complaining about here. There is. It literally, you just have to relaunch the keyboard the second time and it will pop up a little feature that lets you push it to the bottom of the screen. So if you have this problem, you can fix it immediately. I don't know why he doesn't say that, because he does complain about that a little bit. Audio is not good. The speakers on this phone is not that great. I will agree with him on that one. I do 100% agree there. Hardware is perfect. Again, I know for him, his phone for some reason swivels back and forth. Mine, as I can see, I'm pushing it. It does not swivel at all that way. It does swivel that way. Other than that, I think that's pretty much all he actually talks about. And he does talk about how you can't close it with one hand. You can open it in one hand. Yeah, that's, I guess, a problem. That's kind of nitpicking at this point. But again, like I said, it's not perfect, but all the problems he lists can be solved and fixed by just using the phone. You figure these things out. You're like, wow, I don't like the fact the keyboard's at the top of the display. Okay, well, push it down to the bottom. I don't like the fact that YouTube is, it goes back to vertical mode every single time and glitches out. Okay, well, that's the problem. You don't like that. How about you start using the little left arrow thing and click on that when you're done your video, and it goes back to the other thing. And I know the idea is, well, I shouldn't have to do that. You're spending $400 on a cell phone. Listen, I understand the perspective of when you buy a product, you should get the perfect product, right? This phone is $400 renewed. Let's remember what you're spending for the phone. It's a 3-year-old phone. It has Android 13. It has plenty of gigabytes of RAM. It has a very good processing unit. It's not the best cameras. It's not the best this, and this. You are going to have to adapt and learn how to use it. But you're not spending the money like $1,800 to do that. You're spending $400 or less. You can probably get it for less on eBay. That's kind of my cup of tea after watching this video. Is that, well, yes, I agree. It's not perfect. You're not going to get perfect for $400. That's just it. It is what it is. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.